Today, I want to talk honestly about something I know a lot of people are living through right now, and something I'm living through, and it's how tough the job market is right now for recent college grads, and some things that I'm doing about it to try and benefit myself through this. So if you've graduated and been looking for a job for a while now, or you're just out of school and you're feeling stressed, hopefully this video is relevant for you. So, in the beginning, you probably expected graduation to feel like a launch pad, but for many of us, it's felt more like being pushed off a cliff than actually taking lift off from a runway. There's fewer entry-level roles, slower hiring, and a lot more competition. So, what's the reason as to why all of this is even happening? Well, first off, the US job market has been softer through 2025. Hiring growth was weak last year, and overall payroll additions far below historical norms. Now that's the boring stuff, clearly. What does that mean for us? Well, employer and college employer surveys show that hiring for fresh grads have been flat to only slightly up, and that means the odds are not great for us, especially for someone like me who's on the older side at this point. I'm, late 20s, unfortunately, and I'm struggling to find a job that's relevant for the education that I received. Recruiters are also posting fewer junior level roles. Some labor market research found junior postings dropped noticeably, while senior postings held steadier, meaning fresh grads are competing for an ever shrinking slice of truly entry level openings. That runs against the narrative that we've been fed for most of our lives, where college means easy career access, which is just not true anymore. Now, granted, there's still some advantages from graduating from college, but that edge is smaller than it used to be. For some background on me, I graduated with a degree in finance years ago at this point. I've not been able to get a relevant finance position where I live in Hawaii. Granted, if I were to move to a different location, maybe there'd be better opportunities, but I don't want to leave home. And so trying to choose between where I live and what kind of career field I want to work in, it sucks. It's demoralizing. And so my solution is to try this YouTube channel and see if that works. Now, I'm not saying everybody should do it. I'm just saying what I'm going to try to do. But you hear, all of this bad stuff, right? Sounds bleak, sounds unfair, feels abysmal. But it doesn't mean the tough market means no options. It just means you got to come up with a strategy and create a more proactive approach than the old default that we've all been taught and having to rely on. So I've come up with 3 goals for myself. One's financial goal, one is a physical goal, one's a mental goal. And for me, that's how I'm going to tackle my current unemployment as a college grad. Number 1, the financial goal, is this YouTube channel. I'm going to try and make this YouTube work. I think everybody has that dream once in a while where you want to try to become a YouTuber, try to go full time and try and make it work. This is going to be my first real attempt at doing that with this channel. The first video I made was with my lovely girlfriend. The second video is more of a solo type beat, and I'm going to see if this can also be a format that works. If not, then, oops. But, next video is probably going to be me and my girlfriend again, but can intersect it with videos like this, try to pad it out. The goal with this channel is going to be at least 1 video a week with like shorts in between those days. and go from there. Hopefully it works out. Probably various gaming stuff, maybe some actual educational stuff, because my background is finance. I would love to do a breakdown on investing for young people, getting started in a Roth IRA, your personal savings, all of that. And I'd like to think it'd be a little different from the usual financial TikTok advice, because I have an actual degree. I also have an SIE license, which means I'm the closest to being a financial advisor while being a financial advisor. I don't have the real big boy licenses, but I have the intro license, which is more than some YouTubers that regurgitate financial advice. It's more than what they have, because they're just going off a whim. Yeah. That's the goal of this challenge. I'm going to see if it works. Now, my goal isn't to get rich. My goal is to just make it work, to have some sort of income from this. And if that happens, that's great. Second goal, physical. I want to work out. And I know that is a very cliche New Year's resolution goal. But, it's cliche because a lot of people strive for that. And so I'm going to strive for that this year. I'm going to try to be working out most days of the week. And the key to that is going to be consistency. And that is the key for really every goal here, and should be the goal for you as well. Being consistent in whatever you choose to do. The YouTube thing, one video a week, and then shorts every day. Working out pretty much every day with obviously rest days. And my third goal is also going to be every day. The key to that is building routine, sticking with it, not giving yourself the easy excuse. Now, I gotta admit, I've given myself some easy excuses on the working out part, because that's what I struggle with, the self-accountability of that. But I know if I stick with it, I will build up the routine. And once you have the routine built, that is the foundation. That's the groundwork of where you can build upon. Once I have the routine of doing these YouTube videos, I can then build upon that and try to do actual better content, maybe. So build the routine of working out consistently, and hopefully I can make an actual workout routine and just the random sit-ups, push-ups, squats, and runs that I'm currently doing. Third goal for myself, to improve myself, mental. I'm trying to learn a new language. Me and my girlfriend planning to visit Tokyo in a few months, and I would ideally not be glued to my phone for Google Translate for 100% of the time. Ideally, maybe like 90%, 80% of the time I'm relying on Google Translate, and 20% is me actually talking broken Japanese to people. I'm only trying to focus on speaking. I'm not going to bother reading or writing, because that's way too much kanji to bother with. Been doing an apps daily lessons, not Duolingo. It's one that focuses on just verbal. And so with that, again, it's consistency. It's a hard 30 minutes of listening to audio and repeating dialogue and trying to fill the conversation, and another probably 10-15 minutes after doing like some flashcards and like quick match lessons on the app. And that's supposed to be every day. So again, consistency. That's the number one thing through any goal that you're going to come up with for the new year. Be consistent with it. Don't drop it like how everybody drops the gym membership in the new year come February. You gotta stick with it. We're gonna make this work. So that's what I'm doing as an unemployed college grad. And honestly, if I was offered a job that's in a relevant career, I would still take it, because I want to work. It's just there's no opportunity for me, for my career field where I live. Want to do hospitality or food industry, boom, I got that. But it's not what I went to school for. It's not what I took student loans for. It's not what I want to do. So it's either a finance position or it's YouTube, and I'm gonna try to make the YouTube thing work. And if it pivots into finance content, then that's kind of best of both worlds. But I gotta try. So that's what I'm doing. And honestly, it's a little bit of a struggle, because being a young man unemployed, it really digs at my self-worth. Because I'm sure a lot of other young men can agree with this, but not being able to provide for yourself or for those you care about, it makes you feel just lesser. It's something that we are taught, in society, that the man provides. I know that is just how it is. And so if you are unemployed as a young dude, you feel terrible. You feel kind of worthless. And so these goals I've set for myself are in order for me to drive myself forward, and strive to making worth, and try to be happy with myself and where I am in life. Which, to be clear, I have other things going for me. I have my loving girlfriend, I have a loving family. Personally, my life is doing pretty well. It's just job wise, my life is doing pretty poorly. So gotta focus on the good and strive to change what's not going so well in my life. And I'm just hoping that anybody in a relevant position that watches this video and makes it this far in the video can do the same thing for yourself. And hopefully together we can all strive to be just better ourselves, and hopefully get in a better position. Hoping this year changes for the better for me, and I'm hoping that you out there can do the same for yourself. So that's going to be it. Hopefully next video and this video does well. So thanks.